You did not choose to be here. Something brought you. A restlessness you could not name. An ache that would not quiet. A strange pull toward words that might finally say what you have been feeling. You could have scrolled past. You almost did. But something stopped you. Some recognition beneath the surface. Some part of you that knows it is time. This is not coincidence. This is not algorithm. This is the moment arriving because you are finally ready to receive it. You have been preparing for something without knowing what. The dissatisfaction that will not lift. The sense that the life you are living is somehow not your life. That you are going through motions designed by someone else. That the next stage is waiting, but you cannot find the door. You have tried to ignore it. You have tried to fill it with distractions, achievements, relationships that were supposed to complete something incomplete. Nothing worked. The preparation continued beneath everything, quiet and patient, building toward a threshold you could not see until now. There are things you know that you have not admitted to yourself yet. Truths sitting in the corner of your awareness, waiting for you to turn toward them. Decisions you have already made but have not spoken aloud. Grief you have postponed because the timing never seemed right. The timing is right now, not because the external circumstances have changed, because something inside you has shifted, and the shift cannot be unshifted. You are not the same person who woke up this morning. You will not be the same person who goes to sleep tonight. Jung called it synchronicity, the meaningful coincidence that cannot be explained by cause and effect. You find the book at exactly the moment you need its message. You meet the person who carries the lesson you have been circling. You hear the words that name what has been nameless in you. The rational mind dismisses these as accidents, as the brain's tendency to find patterns where none exist. But the psyche knows something the rational mind refuses to accept. The psyche has been arranging these meetings, placing these breadcrumbs, leading you toward the encounter that will change everything. You are not stumbling into this moment. You have been walking toward it your entire life, even when you thought you were standing still. The readiness is not something you manufactured. You did not earn it through discipline or deserve it through suffering. The readiness arose on its own schedule, in its own time, according to a logic that operates beneath the level of conscious choice. All the experiences you have had, the failures that humiliated you, the losses that hollowed you out, the dead ends that forced you to turn around and try again, were preparation. They were not punishment. They were not wasted time. They were not evidence that you were doing something wrong. They were the slow, patient, often brutal work of making you capable of receiving what could not have been received before. You had to become empty enough to be filled. You had to become lost enough to be found. There were other versions of this moment that you missed. Times when the message came but you were not ready to hear it. Teachers who appeared but you could not recognize them through the fog of your defenses. Doors that opened but you were too afraid to walk through. Too comfortable in your familiar suffering. Too invested in the story you had been telling yourself about who you were and what you deserved. Those were not failures. They were rehearsals. The soul does not give up on its appointments. It circles back, offers again, waits with infinite patience for the moment when the resistance finally softens enough for the truth to enter. This is that moment. The rehearsals are over. You have been asking for something. Not out loud perhaps, not in words you could articulate, but in the silent language of longing, in the ache that rises when you are alone at night, in the tears that come without explanation and leave without resolution, in the dreams you cannot remember but wake from with a feeling you cannot shake. The asking has been heard. The asking is always heard. And the answer does not arrive on your schedule, no matter how desperately you demand it. It arrives on its own schedule, when the ground has been prepared, when the defenses have been exhausted, when you have finally stopped insisting that the answer take the form you expected. What you are about to understand will not feel new. It will feel like remembering, like finding something you lost so long ago that you forgot you ever had it. The truth you are ready for is not foreign information being installed from outside. It is native knowledge being uncovered from within. Knowledge that was buried under years of conditioning, expectation, and fear. You always knew this. You were born knowing it. The world taught you to forget, layer by layer, experience by experience, until the knowing was so deep you could no longer hear it. And now you are being taught to remember. Now the layers are being lifted. Now the voice is becoming audible again. The timing is not accidental. Nothing in the psyche is accidental. Every symptom has meaning. Every crisis has direction. Every dark night is traveling somewhere, even when the darkness feels absolute. You are here because the preparation is complete, because the soil is ready, because the next version of your life requires a death that can only happen through understanding. Something in you is about to end, not violently, not dramatically, but completely and irreversibly. The old way of seeing will not survive what comes next. The old identity will not fit the shape you are becoming. And this is not loss. This is not tragedy. This is graduation. This is the cocoon finally becoming too small for what has been growing inside it. You have been waiting for permission. Permission to change. Permission to leave what needs to be left. Permission to become what you have glimpsed in your best moments and doubted in your worst. The permission will not come from outside. It will not come from someone else's validation, from the world's approval, from circumstances finally arranging themselves into the shape you thought you needed. The permission is already here, already granted, already yours. It was always yours. You just could not see it through the fog of fear and the weight of expectation and the noise of everyone else's ideas about who you should be and what your life should look like. Jung understood that transformation does not happen because we decide it should. It happens because the unconscious has been working while we were distracted, preparing us for thresholds we did not know we were approaching. The conscious mind thinks it is in charge. It makes plans. It sets goals. It believes its choices are determining the direction. It is wrong. It is a passenger on a journey whose destination was set long before the passenger became aware of traveling. The conscious mind can cooperate with the journey or resist it, but it cannot stop the journey, and resistance only makes the passage harder, only prolongs the suffering, only delays the arrival that was always inevitable. This is why you are here, not to learn something new, to finally accept something old, something that has been true about you since before you had a name for yourself, something the world tried to condition out of you, tried to shame out of you, tried to beat out of you with disappointment and rejection and the endless message that you were not enough. Something that survived despite everything and has been waiting, quietly, patiently, in the dark, for this exact moment. The moment you stopped running. The moment you stopped pretending you did not hear the call. The moment you finally became ready to hear what has been trying to reach you your entire life. You are ready now. You have always been becoming ready. And what comes next has already begun.